Welcome to Spirit Baby Radio. I am your host, Kelly Meehan, a citizen of the universe and a passage keeper and mentor for our new Earth children. I believe we are entering into a new psychic structure of our reality, and it is meant to embody deeper trust and ways into solid self-love and fearless integrity. Our new world energy of spirit babies needs us to consciously create within conception, trust pregnancy, and have freedom to birth and parent from innate wisdom. This is Spirit Baby Radio. Welcome to episode 196, September 20th, 2024. Notes from a Spirit Baby medium. Everything you need to know about Spirit Baby communication. And if you get the YouTube, you get to see the actual book. My book is here. Many of you already know. And the questions I'd like to throw out there, so many questions. What is Spirit Baby communication? How do you do it properly? What if I cannot do it? And how do I bring my baby into a new earth consciousness? And I absolutely love, I just celebrated my book party last weekend. And here it is. Here's what the book looks like. It has my beautiful baby, butterflies, nature, flowers. If you are listening to the podcast, you have to see the cover of this book. I'm just so in love with it. It's very pastel rainbow, nature, because we are nature, right? We are fertile nature energy. That is who we are. We have a creative force. And the spark of light baby being is involved in this conception pregnancy journey. And it's everything you need to know about spirit baby communication. That's the subtitle. And maybe you're questioning where you are on your journey so far. Every month, every weeks, you keep expanding into what is spirit baby communication or who you are on the journey of conception and pregnancy, right? Or maybe you're healing through birth loss. I know I'm going to share with you the chapters in a minute, which each chapter kind of goes into, and read you a little bit of these pieces here. And you can go and buy it on Amazon. The ebook version has, I believe, the first chapter sample, so you can read it. I know for myself, I absolutely love being able to see chapters and get a feel and vibe for the book. And you have that option under the Amazon, not under the paperback. For some reason, the paperback doesn't show it. Also, the book is available globally through Ingram Sparks, through Barnes & Noble. So if you're in another country and you're struggling, it is available through ingramsparks.com. And I'm going to have that in the show notes. I know that some people in India and have been able to order it, which is great. I looked at my demographics already, America, UK, Canada, and there are sales coming through France and Europe, of course. I'm not sure where Asia is at yet, like where in the more other side of the world looks like with the distribution. But as far as I know, it's distributed worldwide. And maybe someday that'll be in different languages. At this point, we're just going to stick with one language for now. I'm also going to share not just, about the book. My plan is at the end, I'm going to actually share a bonus that comes in this book, and maybe I'll go over that now. In certain chapters, let me see if I can find this now. There is a QR code. And again, if you see the visual, you won't see it through your audio. There is a QR code, and in the QR code and the web link, you have a choice. So let's say the QR code, you're not a QR code person and it's not working. In the QR code, you click the web link, you have all the meditations, and there's 7 meditation paired with binaural beats. I call them native spirit lullabies that were made specifically for the meditations, for the frequency that I want to offer with spirit baby communication. And those meditations I have for conception. I have some for I think I have 2 for conception. One is a partnership conception in there too. So if you're in partnership, you can do it together. I have within fertility an embryo meditation. I have my famous meadow meditation, which I do want to share at the very end, so you can experience what is that about? What does that feel like to be listening and have your own meditation connection with spirit baby? And that one you can use in all different areas of your conception, pregnancy, birth, healing, loss journey. I have one for miscarriage. I do have one for stillbirth. I have one for termination. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I feel like I may be missing. Oh, pregnancy. I don't want to miss pregnancy. I also have one for pregnancy as well. And many know this, I talked about my book, of course, in much deeper ways in my Spirit Baby party celebration. If you are catching this podcast before the end of September 2024, come join my Mighty Network. Once you buy the book, you get freebies. And in the freebies, I'm going to be drawing at the end of the month a free session, 1 hour session, Spirit Baby Oracle cards. You can't see them here, not through the audio, as well as Spirit Baby Immersion, which is a 30-day psychic kind of reboot for your own connection with Spirit Baby. It's videos and you have access to that. And you could learn about visual psychic connection, empathic feeling psychic connection, artistry psychic connection, and writing psychic connection. And you get that free. And you get to be a part of this little community that we're in. And there's going to be another free meditation in there, as well as another live. We're going to go into a live beyond the party just for that group in space and just to get deeper and connect with your energy and how has it been and what is it that you're needing and wanting to expand into. And I want to throw out, before I go in, I kind of want to read, let's see, and have this beautiful foreword. I love it. I'm going to surprise you. I'm going to have you have to get the book and read about it. I'm going to tell you what each chapter is. What's each chapter presenting? And one of the biggest questions, and it's on the back of the book I have here, is what is a spirit baby? What is spirit baby communication? What is a spirit baby medium? How do I communicate with my baby? How do I know I'm communicating properly? And how do I know it's not wishful thinking or just my imagination? So these are the top questions. These are the top questions. A lot of what I've hearing for so many years, the same kind of repetitive questions, thought process. And I go into these questions and in my own frequency, in my own experience over a decade of working with Spirit Baby. And I talk about the New Earth children. I will not leave that out, of course. What is that connection? I'm trying to find you. I can't figure out. Here's the chapters. Here we go. So I can read it from the book. You could see it here. Of course, I got my beautiful foreword, my introduction. Chapter 1. I love this. Chapter 1 is all about Spirit Baby Communication 101. I want you to figure it out. I want you to get connected and find what is this Spirit Baby stuff all about. Chapter 2, messages from Spirit Baby. And in that, the messages, what that means is I'm actually sharing stories. Some stories, the names have been changed, and other stories, I got validation to use the real names of women and their babies and their perspective, their connection, their energy with spirit communication and with getting my support. I feel like chapter 2, honestly, could be like three other layers of books, right? Because there's so many thousands of women and babies and men that I've supported, and it's so hard to know which story to share and which one to use. There's some really intense stories that feel so private, and I have to keep those energies private because they're just so wild, really, the things that come through for the healing of the family. Chapter 3, intuition and spirit baby communication. Intuition is everything. It's like, you know that too, getting your intuition clear, straight, and grounded. What is that about? That is your communication. You're not intuitive, then you're not going to have spirit baby communication. And you are intuitive, so don't get scared. There's different levels and degrees of our own trust and our own connection to the energy of intuition. Chapter 4, The Art of Spirit Baby Communication, Part 1, An Introduction to the New Children of the Earth. So this we talk about the New Earth children. What does that mean? How does that collaborate in your own connection with Spirit Baby communication? Chapter 5, The Art of Spirit Baby Communication, Part 2, More Tools. I go into all kinds of communication and I give you samples and examples and ways that can inspire and help you create a connection. And if you're in my freebies, you get that 4 weeks, 30 days Spirit Baby immersion, which coincides with some of those parts of that chapter because there's so many ways of communication. I haven't met all them in my 30-day immersion. Chapter 6, Conscious Conception, A Star is Welcomed. Don't you love that? A star is welcomed. All about conception, natural conception, conscious conception. And then chapter 7, Infertility, Surrendering into Healing. This is where you can have conscious conception somewhat in an infertility journey, of course. And they're definitely support each other in those two chapters. Chapter 8, Pregnancy, a Pre-Birth Communication Experience. And of course, I also go into labor and birth in this chapter, how you are working together, and that pre-birth communication connection. Chapter 9, Miscarriage, the Afterlife of Spirit Baby. This is a part 1, all about miscarriage. And this is a very deep chapter because it is an area of expertise that I've worked in for many years weekly and working with Spirit Baby in that level of miscarriage. And I go into the ancestral stuff very little. And I actually have like a list, which I do have in the infertility chapter of why, where, what's happening, how do I heal, what's this miscarriage energy about? And you can get some more deeper self-realization around that. Chapter 10, Stillbirth, Infancy, Death, the Afterlife of Spirit Baby. This is the part 2, and this goes more into the later loss, right? Miscarriage, we have the earlier loss, the later loss, and infancy death as well, and just the compassion, tenderness, and grief ease that we need actually in both those chapters, 9 and 10. And of course, at the end of these chapters, there is your meditation. Chapter 11, Abortion, Releasing Pregnancy, and Heart Healing. And I know recently people were asking, is this current, is this past? And some people feel that it can bring healing to past abortion if you had one 20, 30 years ago. Your spirit baby is still with you, isn't a part of you, is still a part of you. So seeing that I go deeper into not very political, but I have to mention, of course, the collective consciousness connected to reproductive rights and abortion and, the pain, the grief, the suffering, the guilt. There's so much to that. And I go into that as well in a deeper way and what baby's connection is with the journey. And I should just reverse back to pregnancy chapter. It just made me think about it. I do talk about twins, twinergy. I actually do talk a little bit about special needs if people are curious, and a little bit about adoption. And I think it's in the pregnancy chapter. It could be in the infertility chapter, but just I have little pieces of everything that has been asked or what I've seen. And even surrogacy comes up, gestational carrier, but I don't go deeper into it. And I'm very clear on why that is. I only am going into places that are my area, more of expertise in what I've seen through my experience and anecdotal studies. So let me see here. Chapter 12, the final, Newborn Spiritual Care, Parenthood After Spirit Baby Communication. I go into the New Earth Child a little bit and just children's readings, a little bit of samples. I love the newborn. Oh, I love infants. Who doesn't love infants? They're so incredible. They have such a telepathic heart communication with everybody. And I feel very fortunate because I hear them. I hear them. And I hear your sons, I hear your daughters, and I've worked a lot within medical fragile babies. I've worked with really intense cases of coma, and I've worked with babies that just have a really hard time in the family or even their toddlers or children. I do offer at times children readings because I love children and they speak so clearly. And you'll have to keep an eye out for those offerings when they come through. And you don't have to have a problem to come and get a spirit baby child reading. But most of the time, I do actually work extremely well with issues because the energy's there and I could see it. And the child is in soul communication with me and we just have a conversation. So after chapter 12, conclusion, of course, a bit of reference and about the author. I do want to share, let me see here. Oh, there's so much good stuff in here. I feel like this is your spirit baby communication needs fulfilled. How about that? Needs fulfilled. And I have here, maybe I'll read this. This is really sweet. I like this. Chapter 6, Conscious Conception, A Star is Welcomed. And I'm going to read a quote of a woman that I knew locally back when I lived in California. Oh, by the way, I don't live in California anymore. I didn't introduce that in the beginning. I live in Oregon now. And if you came to my party, you would have learned about why that is. There was questions asked, and I'm here in nature, vortex energy. It's beautiful. New life, new chapter. And this woman, Renee Starr, You Are Woman, You Are Divine, is a gorgeous book, gorgeous writer, creatrix that she is. And I got to meet her, and this book is just so beautiful. And I want to share this quote at the opening of Your Conscious Conception. You are a spectacular creature, and you are beautifully built. You have been specifically designed to be a creatress, a bearer of our species, and to be powerful in the most feminine of ways. You carry within the space of womb the light of the world, which you birth anew every morning when you open your eyes. Your very existence makes the world lovelier. I want you to receive that really into your heart space, especially if you are someone that's been really struggling with conception and fertility, and it feels like it's never happening. Or maybe you have a loss and you're just like, I don't get it. What's happening? This is a lot. You are the light of the world. You are the creatress. You make the world lovelier. And every day you do start anew, right? What if you can even, let's say you struggle so deeply within conception and infertility. And I don't want to minimize it. We know that I don't want to minimize the truth that there's fear and there's old energy holding you back. And what if you were to wake up and really connect to the frequency of who you are in the most deepest way, beyond your mind, into your existence, to feel like this is a new. How do I then create and build the step forward of newness? And what does that mean? Can you wake up and create a fertile journey of curiosity? It's so hard. We want to find the obstacle. I want to find the thing that's making it stuck. But what if it's nothing? I want you just to kind of receive that for a moment. It's nothing. Maybe it's not important. Who are you? Where are you? Get in relationship with who you are. What is this creative force of energy that is a part of you? That's the piece that asks you for the love and the receiving of yourself so you can receive your family, your spirit baby embody in an earth body here on the earth where you're holding your son or your daughter, where you're kissing them, where you're creating memories and feelings and connections in this reality, in this timeline of earth. And I hold that for those that are on the conception journey. And I'm going to read after that quote just the first page of chapter 6. He is joyful and smiles a lot, with chunky cheeks and thin, short brown hair. And she is wild and outgoing, with her long brown hair and sweet eyes. They are twins or siblings who have much to share with their parents. They share about paying attention to animals and flowers to receive messages that will come in different ways and at different times. Conception is truly magic. The magic we know is not just from growing babies or cuddling those amazing newborns, but before, way back to the start, from the inside before birth. It has been with the eyes and documented and confirmed that light sparks when the ovum and sperm unite. Actually, light is activated. It is pretty incredible to sit with and think about. It is a natural, synergistic, and electrifying dance of force and creates together. The results are life is formed and development begins. And then I'm going to save the rest of the next chapter. I actually talk about my own conception journey and my own other journeys in each chapter, because not every experience is mine. It is yours. We have individual experiences. I also like to share, I was just flipping through. Dr. Bruce Lipton makes an appearance in a conversation with him, and he's a futurist and epigeneticist and biologist, and how he was a guest on Spirit Baby Radio. His wisdom and his knowledge and his share is global and wide. And that chapter, I go, it leads into conception. Let me see. Talk about pre-birth connections. Oh, that's in the I skipped ahead. That's in the pregnancy chapter. Can I read you now? I love this. Little pieces of love and connection as you are on this journey. This is chapter 8, Pregnancy and Pre-Birth Communication Experience. And this quote is Meg Blackburn Locy, PhD, The Children of Now. She wrote a book a long time ago, and I have her book. The star children are not a curiosity, just a normal part of our evolutionary process. They are the front runners of other, even more intellectually advanced beings. We must give these children whatever it takes to feed their great mental capacity. And I want to give you so I went into that little bit of that conception energy. I want you to feel that, be a part of it in pregnancy. He has crystal blue eyes and soft hair. At 21 weeks pregnant, his mother is ready to keep connecting with him. This baby boy easily communicates throughout the pregnancy. He shares about foods he likes, how he feels, what he needs, if anything, and more. His purpose will be revealed through psychic conversations and through an earth body experience that the whole family is welcoming. Pregnancy is the most precious and incredible phase of life. It is an experience not given enough love and care for how pivotal and transformative it is for women becoming mothers in our times today. Pregnancy is about connecting with instincts, embodying complete trust, and moving through alignment. It is a mutual relationship between mother and baby, and the accompanying attunement keeps everybody safe and connected for the duration of pregnancy and into birthing. And of course, I'm going to save the rest for that. And wherever you are, it's hard to know where your own sense of alignment is, right? But you have to keep trusting. That's such a hard one, right? And I feel like I've used this word before. The daily mantra, the prayer is of your own heart, right? The mantra of spirit baby connections, that you are an attraction and that you're building the frequency of knowing that you are here and ready to receive life. And the obstacles are illusional, right? They're illusionary, but they're also very real. Sit with that. Sit with the curiosity. See what you can build and dream into greater spaces. And come and join me in the next few weeks to the freebies, and come get deeper connections in the frequency of spirit baby connections. And notes from a spirit baby medium. Everything you need to know about spirit baby communication is here. And if you are listening to this, co-creation is just starting. And maybe you're like, you know what? It's time to create something different and new from a quantum fertile space, and visiting the energetic connections to release, to surrender, to sit in the frequency with others that can hold and sustain the new earth children vibration. And come and join that. You will see that. I'll put that in the show notes as well. Co-creation, a journey with spirit baby. It's 7 weeks. You get a private session with me. Right now, the only way to see me in session is through the program currently. And that might change at the end of the year or next year. I do miss connecting with everybody in that deeper way, in that private space that we can build. Also, keeping an eye out for a 4-week pregnancy with Spirit Baby Communication coming. And of course, the Spirit Baby Academy as of next year. If you were like, I am a Spirit Baby intuitive, I want to get more deeper and clear and do a massive certification. And I want to thank you for joining episode 196, Notes from a Spirit Baby Medium, everything you need to know about Spirit Baby communication. And as I say that, I know I just said I ended it, but I'm going to add now the meditation, and then you can sit with the meditation and experience that. Spirit Baby Metta Meditation, a visualization experience. Find a quiet, safe space and sit comfortably. Close your eyes and align your spine. Starting at the top of your head, you'll be moving your awareness slowly down your body. Check in with yourself first by saying hello to your head and neck, letting your breath guide you. Further down, greeting your upper mid body, moving into your belly. Keep going downward into your lower back, your hips, saying hello, then to your legs and your feet. And letting your breath move down into your body, intending how it moves, being present to where you are now in this very moment. Taking a few gentle breaths, a welcoming breath. And now, in this safe and protected and healing space that you're in, you are going to create your personal love statement and you're going to let it guide you. Words to your sweet spirit baby. I am ready to communicate with you, my baby. We are love, we are light, we are joy. And now I want you to relax into accessing your visual space, and that involves using your mind and imagination. This is your Bedo meditation. And I want you to see yourself within your mind. I want you to notice that you're walking through a beautiful space. See and feel where your body is. And as you're walking through the grass, I want you to see flowers, maybe even butterflies or little tree creature animals. Notice, is there any colors? Notice if you feel any air, wind. And notice what you're wearing. What do your clothes look like? What does it feel like to be in your body? I really want you to see yourself walking through this meadow, noticing how you are in emotions, and are you peaceful and calm, and are you more agitated and fearful? And as you're walking through this meadow, you can feel, sense it, visualize it. You see a large stump, a tree ahead of you, trees all around this meadow. Noticing the feeling of the sun. Is it cloudy? Is it cold? See what else you notice in this space. I want you now to walk up to this stump and just stand next to it and look around in the space you're in. I want you now to notice the trees, and I want you to see beyond the trees a child walking towards you. That child may be a boy, or maybe it's a girl, or maybe perhaps you're not sure. I want you to see this child as being around the age of 3 to 9 years old, somewhere in between. I want you to see how that child comes right up to you, and this is your child. Welcome your child. Your child wants to offer you a gift, and I want you to receive that gift, whether it's a word, a phrase, or an object. I want you then now to give this child, your child, a gift back, whatever that is at this moment, allowing you both to exchange energy together. Next, I want you to see what else your child wants to share with you in this space. Take time here, ask your child for something playful, and have a playful activity together. What does your child share with you? And just taking time, receiving. And you can take even 5 more minutes of connection and playfulness, seeing what your child is in communication with you. And you can offer a hug, a gesture of temporary farewell, a kiss, an embrace. I want you to feel that connection, sense it, know it, be with it visually, understanding you are a part of it, that your imagination is a part of this connection. Now, I want you to notice the child playfully skipping away, and you are still standing at the stump, watching, connecting with yourself. Now, I want you to walk back down the meadow as you came up through it with the flowers and butterflies, noticing the trees, feeling your body. And as you're walking more, coming back to the space you're in, beginning to feel that safe space, noticing your breath, opening up your eyes. Receive your connection and experience. Trust it, know it, allow it to be real and present in your mind and in your intention, prayers, and mantras. And remember that using your imagination is going to be extremely valuable with spirit baby communication, and that your imagination is not wishful thinking or fantasy. You are having a real, true spirit baby communication experience with the spirit and soul of your child before body. And it is up to you to accept it and build it with trust. Come back to the meditation. Take a pause and stop in the middle of the meditation to allow yourself to have a spirit baby communication practice. And feel comfortable and keep practicing and building your visual spirit baby communication space together. Thank you for joining Spirit Baby Meadow Meditation Visualization. Thank you for joining Spirit Baby Radio with your host, me, Kelly Meehan. Please join my community and stay in touch with monthly energy rants, Spirit Baby poetry, and get access to Spirit Baby 101 with tips and practices at my newsletter at newearthchildren.com. And join me on Instagram with lives at Spirit Baby Medium, and join the Mighty Networks, the Spirit Baby Collective membership, and Motherhood to Mediumship. Remember, you are the heart that holds communication, and it is your time to connect. Come share in the great shift of your mind and the true spirit of your heart with Spirit Baby Communication.